Clearly this offseason for San Francisco, one of the points of emphasis was their defensive line. In years past, they were one of the more dominant units across the league, but last year, they gave up too many yards, especially in the running game. So a little bit unsurprisingly, they decided to get the run-stuffing defensive end in Mykel Williams and went back to the run-stuffing defensive tackle in Alfred Collins in the second round. And they didn't stop there, continuing to add to their defensive line, this time with a pass rusher and Bryce Huff this offseason, trading a later round pick for him. But here's the thing, San Francisco has a real opportunity to snag Shemar Stewart, another defensive end they were looking at heavily in the first round. The reason San Francisco may be able to grab the 17th overall pick for apparently only a second and third round pick is the Bengals' mishandling of Stewart's contract negotiations. Apparently Stewart's camp is pretty unhappy with the Bengals' language so far. Specifically, the Bengals are attempting to include language in Stewart's contract that would allow them to void future guaranteed money if he were suspended, even for some on-field incidents according to some sources, like crown of the helmet penalty. Meaning, Stewart could go out there, do everything right on and off the field, have one penalty called against him, and have future guarantees voided. In that way, you could see how Stewart may be feeling a certain type of way against the Bengals. He's a first round talent, and often first round picks do get fully guaranteed contracts, and they don't have these stipulations in them. And sure, the Bengals could figure everything out with Stewart, but right now, the sides appear to be moving further apart, with some even suggesting Stewart hold out this next season and then re-enter the following year's draft, which is where the San Francisco 49ers could come in. They give up a second and third round pick, the Bengals get back draft capital, they can move off a situation that looks like it's become sticky from the outside, and San Francisco gets a perfect defensive end for Chris Kaceric's wide 9 defensive front. Not only does he have an explosive first step, but he also has the versatility to play all across the line, including kicking down to the defensive tackle spot. And there, his athleticism is just way too much for an offensive guard or center to handle. He does a great job of being moved around on stunts and really can do everything San Francisco's defensive line requires out of a player. And while he's not the most refined defensive lineman, it's pretty hard to overlook just how special athletically he is as a player. He comes in at 6'5", weighing 267 pounds, but still ran his 40-yard dash in a blistering fast 4.59 seconds, and his 10-yard split in 1.58 seconds. So if Chris Kaceric was able to get his hands on Stewart, I believe he could mold him into the perfect defensive end for San Francisco's defensive line, because Stewart not only showed off great ability against the pass during his college days, he also showed the ability to be dominant in the running game. Initially for San Francisco though, I don't think he's going to be starting every single down for them if they were able to acquire him, but rather develop in the background, refine his pass rush moves, as well as some of his sets in the run game. But if San Francisco was able to acquire Stewart for only a second and third round pick, I think they should do it. Not only would they have one of the youngest defensive lines across the league, on paper, they seem like the most dominant. But ultimately, these are just some of my thoughts on San Francisco being linked to rookie Shemar Stewart from the Bengals, and I'd like to hear your thoughts down below. Would you like to see San Francisco go out and try to trade for him, or do you think he'd just add too much drama to the team? It would also mean a ton to me if you could like and subscribe, and as always, I hope you guys have a great rest of your day.